In this figure, we are dealing with a kite, and we want to find its area. So first, the area is going to be 1/2 the product of the diagonals. So if we start labeling what we have, FG is 9.6, GJ is 2.1, and GH is 12.2. So looking at this, in order for us to find these, we know that the diagonal that connects the two equal sides is going to bisect the other diagonal. So we know that this measure and this measure are the same. So JE has to be 2.1. So right now that gives us our first diagonal is the sum of those, which is 4.2. So now we need to know what our other diagonal is. Well, the other diagonal is actually formed by two right triangles. The first right triangle has a hypotenuse of 9.6 and a leg of 2.1. So we can solve for this portion here, call it A, by using Pythagorean theorem. Again, the diagonals of a kite intersect each other at right angles, or are perpendicular to each other. So if we set up our equation, a squared plus 2.1 squared equals 9.6 squared, we can solve for a squared by taking 9.6, squaring it, and then subtracting this 2.1 squared. We can then take the square root of that value, extract the square root, and when we do, we get our length A, which is 9.37 approximately. And now we're going to find the remaining portion here, JH. It also is formed by a right triangle. This right triangle has a hypotenuse of 12.2. The 2.1 is still its leg. So if I call this B here, I can use Pythagorean theorem once again. B squared plus 2.1 squared is equal to 12.2 squared. And we solve it the same way we did for A. So if we take 12.2, square that, and then subtract 2.1 squared, and then extract the square root to solve for B. When we take the square root of this value, get about 12.01. And so when we do our final calculation here for the area, we take 0.5 times 4.2 times the sum of these pieces, the 9.37, plus the measure 12.0, so that would be 12.02 that we just found. Close that off, and when we solve it, we get approximately 44.91 if we round it to 2 decimal places. It's an area, so it's square units, and that would be our solution.